Are you aware that the price of cooking gas in Nigeria has increased 5 times in less than 3 months? That increase is now generating reactions from Nigerians. They are not only complaining over the increase in price of cooking gas, they are also worried over the scarcity of firewood and charcoal. And as it stands, they say there are no alternatives for them to turn to. Theophilus Darufai reports.
Despite large quantities of standard cubic feet of natural gas deposits in Nigeria, liquefied petroleum gas known as cooking gas is almost beyond the reach of an average Nigerian. A kilogram of cooking gas is now 600-250 naira depending on the location, forcing many households and eateries, especially in urban centers, to seek alternative means of cooking. Firewood and charcoal are also scarce in Zamfara due to the activities of armed bandits and kidnappers in rural areas. Some residents who spoke to TVC News in Gusau, the state capital, says the price of cooking gas has increased 5 times in less than 3 months. A situation, they say, has forced scores of poor Nigerians to resort to using charcoal.
People have taken the use of LPG as the last alternative now. The firewoods are not available considering the security situation, especially around this our Zamfara area. The charcoal, because of this insecurity, the committee is making it harder for people to import charcoal.
A liter of carol was 400, 300. People now ran to gas because gas was cheaper. Now gas now lead to everything is going up every day.
Others blame the federal government and all relevant authorities for their inability to control the price of cooking gas in the open market. Some also call for the introduction of subsidy on the liquefied petroleum gas.
The increase of gas price is an issue that every Nigerian is having problem with it.
In a month, they can increase it up to 2 times, and the price is becoming unaffordable by the cost of the consumers. And it goes along to cut down the sales we make daily.
Government need to be sincere in implementing subsidy, especially in respect of this LPG issue. We need subsidy.
With the latest upsurge in prices of cooking gas, firewood and charcoal, dealers of the commodities are now smiling to the bank, but this is causing rapid deforestation. Experts warn that this will inevitably have consequences on the environment and in the long run on the health of residents, especially at a time global warming is taking toll on different parts of the world. Theophilus Darufai, TVC News, Gusau.
And for more on this disturbing development amidst the call for the devaluation of the naira and the increase in the cost of goods, let's bring in public affairs analyst Fola Daniel Adelisi, who joins us live via Skype from Lagos. Good to have you join us.
Thank you. My pleasure to be with you.
All right, so let's get your thoughts on a statement coming from the Vice President at the review retreat of ministers yesterday, where he said that the market should be made to reflect the true status of the economy, and he was addressing CBN. What do you make of that statement?
Okay, the first thing I should say that over the years, I'm not sure of any country, particularly African countries, that have benefited from devaluation of naira. So our major problem is that we're importing more than we're exporting, and if that's the problem, devaluation would not be a major way to go. We need to try, I think devaluation is meant to address the problem with balance of trade, which means that if you're importing more than you're exporting, there's a problem. And we're going to have that problem. We're going to continue to have that problem because most times when we try to import, then the demand for dollar will increase. So if that is the issue, a major way to address it is to increase our exports. And when we increase our exports, we can then demand that we want to do these exports in naira and not in dollars. So the more we have increase for demand in increase for dollar or demand for dollars, then we'll still have these issues. So I'm not sure that devaluation is the way to go, because from all that I've checked, devaluation on the short term makes it cheaper for anybody outside of the country to ask for our products. So there will be increase in the demand for our products. Exports will go up for a while, but it will become more difficult to import whatever it is that we're importing. And we still need to continue to import because we don't produce most of what we use. So yes, our products will be exported. It will be affordable outside of Nigeria, but down here we will still have increasing inflation as a result of devaluation. So I'm not sure it's the way to go.
So basically, if I understand you, we have to work on manufacturing most of the things we consume, at least locally,
Exactly.
before we should even think of devaluation. But what do you agree with?
Not just manufacturing locally. We need to manufacture locally and also export.
Exports, you know,
That's
what
the
we're
key word.
manufacturing, sufficient enough,
Exactly.
and then export what we are manufacturing. But
Exactly.
I want to ask if you agree with economists who say, look, the fixed exchange rate regime and the administrative allocation of forex by the CBN is a part of the problem, or has contributed to the problems we're seeing, especially with the exchange rate.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have said and I have written over the years that the policy flip-flop under the current administration at CBN is something I cannot fathom. One moment, the Naira MasterCard, for example, can be used online by Nigerians who need dollars for several other things. The next thing, you can't use it. I don't know of any country in the world that tells you to get a foreign card in order to make payments to other countries or the things that you need. So in Nigeria of today, if you need dollars for certain things, you're told to get a dollar MasterCard. Nobody does that anywhere in the world. What you need to do to reduce the demand for dollar on the internet is to make sure that, for example, our cards in Naira can make payments to any country anywhere in the world. Once you make sure that our cards in Naira can make payments to anywhere in the world, most people will not have to ask for Naira. So if I want to pay for services, take for example, those who are into blogging, digital marketing, those who are into websites and stuff like that, all of them also need dollars to make payments for several things, but they have to get a dollar MasterCard. It doesn't make sense. Nobody does that in any other country of the world except Nigeria. So what we need to do is not just to say that we're going to peg the exchange rate at this amount. It doesn't work that way. For example, you're telling us to go to the banks to go and get dollars if we need dollars. But what you have said is that those who need to travel, personal travel allowance, that's what people are asking for. So if you're doing business online and you go to the bank is not going to give it to you because the instruction from the CBN is personal travel allowance. So pegging the exchange rate alone does not fix all our problems. Change the policy that says that if anybody wants to do transaction online, they then need to get a dollar MasterCard. Make sure that you allow Nigerian banks to be able to pay services abroad in Naira. So all of these are going to make a lot of changes.
And I guess right now as we speak, Nigerians who are watching are just probably wondering, you know, what does this mean for me in terms of ability to feed myself? We'll see how far these policies go in terms of economic power for Nigerians. Thank you so much for talking to us. Fola Daniel Adelisi.
My pleasure.